Hey YouTube, it's Scott back with another Blender tutorial video, and today we're going to be talking about how to create custom leaves for your trees in Blender. So let's get right into it. And open up Blender 3.0 here and delete the default cube. And you're going to want to come into preferences and just make sure that you have import images as planes enabled, and I already have that enabled, so that's good. And I'm going to hit Shift A, come down to images, import images plane, and I've already downloaded a texture from textures.com here. They have lots of textures that you can use for free, and so here it is, and I'm going to set it flat just by hitting Alt R and Alt G, and then I'm going to come into the shading tab here. And you can see this is a leaf I downloaded. It's a yellow maple leaf, and we could use it just like this, but I want to create some geometry. So I'm going to hit tab to go into edit mode and hit Control R to create a loop cut, and I'm going to do that again to create one the other direction. Perfect. And then I'm just going to select these middle two faces and hit GZ, and that's going to allow us to move these two faces in the Z axis. So I'm just going to put them down just a little bit, just to give our leaf just a little more interest, and I think that's pretty good there. So then I'm going to go back into layout, and I can come into material preview just so we can see it. And we are still in edit mode. We're going to come down to the knife tool, and I'm just going to cut off the bottom here so that the actual image stops at the bottom of the stem. And I'm going to select these faces and delete them. And now I want to go back into object mode, and I'm going to place my cursor right at the end of the stem and right click, and then go set to origin to 3D cursor. And that's going to make our origin at the stem so that when we attach it to our tree, it attaches by the stem and not in the middle of the leaf. So I'm just going to move the leaf to the side for now and create the tree. And I have another video on how to create trees, so I'm not going to go into too much detail here. I'm just going to do something quick and easy. So I'm just going to bring the branches down to about 0.5. That's fine. And the resolution, the radial resolution of the trunk down to around 8. 10 is fine. And connect everything up, create the tree. And usually I'd play around with these settings a little bit more, but for the purposes of this video, this tree is perfectly fine. So if we hit add leaves here, you see it added some leaves. We'll come into the modifier tab. If Blender doesn't crash on me. Okay, so in the modifier tab, you can increase the size of the leaf, but as you can see, this isn't our leaf. This is just the default leaf in the mtree add-on. So I'm going to hit the twig object here and select the texture that we just created. And there we go. We have our yellow maple leaves. I'm going to bring the size down, and I'm going to increase the randomness just so the leaves are facing in different directions. And again, you could play around with these settings all day, but the purpose of this video was really to show you how to create the leaf. So I'm just going to end it here. You could add some more density just to add more leaves. And ideally, if I was actually making the tree, I would probably add a second layer of branches and then have the leaves only generate on those branches, because as you can see, it's kind of weird how they're attached to the trunk here. But that's basically it. That's how you create custom leaves for your trees in Blender. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you learned something. I hope you had fun. And if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments below. If you have any ideas for another video, things you want me to go over, maybe I skipped over something a little too quick for you. So I'll be answering all the questions in the comments below. And if you could like and subscribe, it's really going to help the YouTube algorithm. And yeah, just thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of your day. Cheers.